In this video, we'll show you how you can quickly and easily create a newsletter. All you have to do is click on the template that you would like. We have a 1-column and a 2-column option. Here's the 1-column option. And as you can see, it looks just like our email editors. So you have all of your editing tools on the left-hand side for bolding, making the font bigger, changing the color. At the very top, you can add attachments, save your progress, even change your profile. So you can change your colors if you need to there. Let's go ahead and exit out of this, and we're actually going to build out a 2-column newsletter just so we can show you how to toggle between the 2 columns. So I'll go ahead and open this up, and it looks just like the 1 column, except that it has that 2nd column on the right-hand side. So I'm going to go ahead and get my content ready here. I'm going to go ahead and build out this newsletter from our blog. So here's my content here. The first step is to go ahead and create my header. So up here, I just click into the header, and I can keep it basic. I can just type in OUTSTAND newsletter, add the date, and then I'm set. But for this instance, I want to add a custom header. So I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop in my custom header, and there it is here. And I do want to edit it a little bit, so I'm going to click Edit this image, and the image editor opens up. I'm going to scroll over a little bit and add some text. So I'm going to add the date here. Find my font. There we go. So once I'm happy with what I have done, I'll go ahead and click Apply and Save. And there is my header. I'm going to go ahead and add a link to it as well, because you'll see I have a latest post button on the image, and I'll save it, and there we go. So now that upper image is hyperlinked. So I'm going to go ahead and build out my first article here. I'm going to copy and paste from my document. The title is already big and bold, so I don't have to do any formatting there. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste my content, and I'm going to format it a little bit here. And then the goal of my newsletter is to get them to go to my blog to read the full article. So I'm going to go ahead and type read more, and then hyperlink that to go to the blog article. And I like to bold my links. There's my first article. Now I'm going to add my image to my article. Again, I'll just drag and drop. And I can edit the image and add a link if I want to, just like my header, but for this, I'm just going to go ahead and click Save. And now my article is done. I'm going to go ahead and add 3 more articles. So I'm going to add one to the right-hand side. Again, I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste my title, and then I'll grab my content, paste it in, and I'm going to add my read more link. That article is done. I'm going to go ahead and add my graphic, drop it in, click Save. And for this one, I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bigger. There we go. Now I need to add more content boxes, so I'll click the red button here, and I'll pick the content type that I want to add. The first 2 were articles, so I'm going to go ahead and pick the text content type so you can see the difference. All right, so I'll add my title here, add my content now. Grab my link for the blog post, and I'll hyperlink this last sentence here. Now I'll go ahead and add my graphic for the article. And you'll notice now it gives me an option for left or right. So I'll go ahead and click Save. And you notice the main difference here is that my title is not as big and my graphic is not as big. So I'm going to go ahead and change that to the right side. I like that a little better, so I'll keep it that way. So that's the difference between an article and a text option. I'll go ahead and add a 4th article here, copy and paste my title and my content, add my link, And oops, I forgot to grab my link. So let me go to the blog and grab the link. And grab my image. So my newsletter is about done. You'll notice it's a little uneven. So I want to move an article or two over to the right-hand side. All I have to do is click into the article I want to move. And on the left-hand side, at the very bottom, you'll see some arrows. And I'll just click the left-right arrow. And it moves it right over to the right-hand side. I want to move that back over, though. So I'm going to click the button again and move a different article over. There we go. All right, now I have a big block of space at the bottom of my left side, so I'm going to add one more content block, and I'm going to add an image block. All right, so I'm going to check out the OUTSTAND image library. There's all my designs that I've uploaded, but I'm going to pick a business comic for this example, and there you go. Instead of that, I'm actually going to upload an animated photo, add a little animation to my newsletter. I'm going to drag and drop this in, and it takes a little longer because animation files are a little bigger. But yeah, you can now add animated GIFs to your newsletters and your emails. So there we go. Now that my content is done, I'll go ahead and add my recipients. So on the right-hand side, I can click my address book and add my newsletter group. Now 143 people will receive this newsletter, but that's a lot of people. I want to make sure this newsletter is going to look okay. So I'm going to send myself a test, and it's going to show up in my inbox. That way I can check the links, make sure everything looks okay inside an inbox. So here's my newsletter. You'll see the links here. I'll go ahead and click one just to see if they work. And if I'm happy with it, I can go ahead and exit out of this. And I'll go ahead and save it and exit out. That way it'll be ready to send at the right time. Since it is so quick to build out a newsletter, I'll go ahead and build out the same exact newsletter using our one column template here. And I'm done. Go ahead and go back to my OUTSTAND homepage here and click refresh. And if I scroll down a little bit, I'll see my two newsletters here in my saved drafts. So once I'm ready to send these out, I'll just click it open and click send.